A few months ago, when India and Germany announced a submarine deal involving significant technology transfer and local production in India, many eyebrows were raised across Europe. The biggest reaction came from France itself, which has been one of India's long-term submarine technology partners. Why was France concerned? Because this deal could potentially be more significant than previous French defense deals when it comes to shaping India's long-term technological capabilities. France has sold India many advanced systems, including fighter aircraft, missiles, and submarines. However, France has often been selective when it comes to transferring the deepest layers of technology. A submarine-building ecosystem can shape a country's capabilities for decades. It develops expertise in metallurgy, naval architecture, combat systems integration, sonar integration, propulsion engineering, and underwater acoustics. Those skills eventually spill over into future indigenous submarine programs. France's naval group openly criticized Germany's TKMS because Germany previously transferred substantial submarine technology to South Korea and Turkey. Both countries later developed their own submarine industries and eventually entered the export market. From Naval Group's perspective, Germany has a habit of creating future competitors. But is the Type 214 Germany's most advanced submarine? The short answer is no. Germany's most advanced submarine program is the Type 212CD, jointly developed with Norway. The second is the Type 212I, which is operated by the German Navy itself. The third is the Type 214, the export-oriented design from which India's submarine project is expected to draw heavily. The fourth is the older Type 209 family. This raises an important question. Why is India willing to buy a submarine that is not Germany's most advanced design? This is where many media reports become misleading. The reality is that India is probably not buying an off-the-shelf Type 214 submarine. What India appears to be pursuing is something much closer to a submarine based on German Type 214 technology, modified to Indian requirements, built in India, and supported by significant technology transfer, including expertise related to air-independent propulsion, or AIP. AIP has become one of the most important technologies in modern conventional submarines. It allows submarines to remain submerged for far longer periods without surfacing, greatly improving stealth and survivability. This approach is very different from countries like Greece or Portugal simply purchasing standard Type 214 submarines. Think about the Sukhoi 30 MKI. The original Su-30 came from Russia. But over time it evolved into an aircraft tailored to Indian requirements, integrating Indian, Israeli, French, and Russian technologies. Eventually it became arguably the most capable flanker variant in service anywhere. The submarine program could evolve in a similar way. Not identical, but conceptually similar. With Indian-specific systems integrated into the platform, the final submarine may no longer resemble the standard export version. This is often how India approaches major defense acquisitions under the Make in India initiative. India also wants the freedom to integrate its own weapons. That alone could be transformative. For example, if a submarine launch variant of BrahMos is integrated into the platform, India could field a capability that very few navies possess today. A submarine carrying supersonic cruise missiles would represent a serious threat to enemy surface fleets. Another reason India may be interested in this deal is access to German AIP technology. Technology transfer generally operates at 3 levels. Level 1 is simply operating the system. Level 2 involves manufacturing the system under technology transfer arrangements. Level 3 is the complete transfer of intellectual property, design knowledge, and production expertise. This is the most difficult level to achieve. Germany's fuel cell AIP technology is one of its crown jewels. It would be surprising if Berlin transferred every design detail, every material specification, and every manufacturing process. Nations rarely transfer 100% of their most sensitive technologies. The likely outcome will fall somewhere between Level 2 and Level 3. However, many people overlook an important fact. India is not starting from zero. India already has its own AIP program developed by DRDO. The system was designed for integration into the French-origin Calvary-class submarine fleet. This means India is not necessarily buying German submarines because it lacks AIP technology. Instead, it may be seeking access to decades of operational experience with mature fuel cell AIP systems, and there is a major difference between possessing an AIP prototype and operating an AIP system that has proven itself at sea for decades. The standard Type 214 was never originally designed around the supersonic BrahMos missile. If India successfully integrates BrahMos into a customized design, the result could become a very different submarine altogether. For India, there are potentially 4 major prizes in this deal. First, modern submarine design expertise. Second, fuel cell AIP know-how, even if not the complete technology. Third, pressure hull manufacturing expertise. And fourth, systems integration expertise that can support future indigenous submarine programs. The first submarine program teaches you how to build the second. The second teaches you how to build the third. This is exactly how countries such as South Korea moved from importing submarines to designing and exporting their own. Now, why is Germany willing to share all of this? Many European analysts argue that Germany wants to pull India away from Russia. But that assessment is only partially correct. The reality is more commercial than ideological. Germany's defense industry is under pressure. German companies face stiff competition from France, Israel, Russia, and especially the United States, which dominates much of the high-end defense market. Germany wants a larger share of the global defense market. India is one of the few countries capable of repeatedly placing defense orders worth $5 to $10 billion. Berlin wants influence in India before competitors completely dominate the market. Berlin concluded that it needed stronger defense industries, and stronger defense industries require larger export markets. Germany also realized that Indo-Pacific security matters, and that India is simply too important to ignore.